Hello, welcome in. I am Tammy Master-Birdie, best-selling author of the book, The Universe is Talking to You, Tap into Signs and Synchronicity to Reveal Magical Moments Every Day. And I am back for my weekly spirit boost. And I work with people and help people to learn how to harness the energy of the universe, to create a life they love, to get unstuck, to learn how to communicate with the universe. And I am always evolving and growing and learning and sharing with everyone. So if you've been following me for a bit on this weekly spirit boost, you know that I have been sharing that I was sort of on a quest myself to try some different things, and with everything going on in the world, and just wanted to start looking for the good. I wanted to start expecting that the best thing was going to happen instead of, the worst thing that was going to happen. And you guys probably do that too, because literally our brains are wired that way. Our brains are wired to keep us safe, to look out for danger. And we need to consciously shift that. So what I've been sharing here over the past couple of weeks was that I decided I was going to do this experiment. I was going to look for the good and pay attention to the good and expect the good and add gratitude in. Last week I came back to tell you that I was going to be setting an alarm on my phone for the gratitude because I was sort of forgetting to do it during the day. I have a gratitude practice at night, but I was forgetting to do it during the day. And so what I decided to do last week, in addition to anytime worry or something comes in my head, I just stop and say, nope, this is going to work out. I'm going to just expect that this is going to work out and handing it off to the universe to deal with, because the universe knows way more than I do. So in addition to doing that, I decided, okay, I want to bring in more gratitude, because when we focus on and specifically look for the good in our life, we're shifting our energy and we are shifting our point of attraction. We are what we're focusing on, we're creating. So if you're focusing on all of the wonderful things around you and the gratitude that you have for it, you feel better. But how many of us remember to do this throughout the day, right? Maybe you have a gratitude journal. Maybe you have a gratitude practice that you do in the morning or the night. Are you doing it throughout the day? So that's what I decided to do. I said, I'm going to set an alarm this time so I remember to do it during the day. Now, I have a gratitude practice that I do at night, right? So my brain is already sort of used to looking for things, not just in general, but my brain is already used to looking for things that happened that day or that happened recently. And I've gotten really good. When I first started doing my gratitude practice, and you guys may experience this also or have experienced this also, where when you first start doing it, you have to really think like, oh man, what happened today? Or what can I be grateful for? And I've had people say to me like, well, what if I can't find anything right now? And I'm like, go back to your past. Like, there's always things to be grateful for. Be grateful that you woke up this morning. Be grateful that your legs are working, whatever. But what I have found is the more that you do it, the more that you condition your brain to do it, the easier it becomes to do, because you have literally trained your brain to pay attention when good things happen. Because every night you're replaying your day. You're going over it. Okay, what are some of the things that have happened? I talk about replaying your day in my book, The Universe is Talking to You, to go over your day and say, what signs happened today? What coincidences happened today? What could have been a sign? What did I hear from? Going through the specific questions I give you to ask yourself. Because the more you train your brain to do these things, the more it becomes a normal, everyday action. The more it becomes something that you will just do automatically. So when you first start a gratitude practice, it might be hard to find stuff. I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it is. I have seen this also. My husband and I have a gratitude practice every night before we go to sleep. No matter where we are, sometimes if he's working nights or whatever, we text it. At least 3 things that we're grateful for about the other person. And when we first started doing it, it was kind of like, okay, what am I grateful? I'm grateful you work so hard. I'm grateful, whatever. And then the more that we started doing it, it was so much easier to not just come up with 3, but I'm going to say 9.5 times out of 10 we come up with more than 3. And it's just this, we've trained ourselves to look for the things as they're happening. So I find, even like during the day, if he does something, I think I have to remember to thank him for that. I thank him during the day, but I have to remember to appreciate him for that later. Or we'll even say to one another, you can appreciate me for that later. And it has become so much easier, but I have found that the more you do it, the more you notice it when it's happening, the more you take note of it and feel the gratitude in the moment. Whereas before, not having that gratitude practice, not paying attention to those things, you're not registered. You don't register them in the same way, and your vibration doesn't get affected in the same way. You don't get that vibrational boost in the same way. And so what I have found is it makes a huge difference. And so it was interesting to me this time, because I already have this gratitude practice. Now I'm adding additional times in. So now I have to look for additional things because I'm doing it throughout the day. It was super easy for me to be able to do it and think of all of the different things that I'm grateful for, because I have conditioned my brain to go back and replay things. I've conditioned my brain to take notice of the things that are going right. And so if you've not experienced this yet, I want you to set an alarm on your phone. I want you to start making this something that you do throughout the day. Because if you're trying to manifest something, if you're trying to create something, if you're trying to change something, if you are trying to get unstuck in your life and you are not bringing gratitude in, you are missing out. You are missing out, and you are holding yourself back. And I don't want you to do that. So what I have found is that when I remembered to do it, when that alarm went off, I stopped myself and said, okay, think back. What's going on right now in your life? What's going on in your business? What has happened today? What can you be grateful for? If maybe nothing had happened specifically, I look around the room. What can I be grateful for around my room? I can be grateful for the crystals that I have. I can be grateful for all the books that I was able to afford and buy. I'm grateful for the fact that I have an office in my house. Whatever it might be, look around. You can find things to be grateful for. So I just found that it gave me that boost. When I stopped during the day, the alarm went off and I was like, what can I be grateful for? I thought, oh my gosh, look at all these things look at all these things. And it immediately shifted me. It immediately shifted my vibration. It immediately shifted whatever might have been going wrong or going on at that moment. And I've done this before. I just decided to do this sort of experiment and share it with all of you. So gratitude is not new to me. It's just that what I noticed now that I've added it in even more is that it just becomes easier and easier and easier to find things to be grateful for. And the biggest thing is that I notice things when they happen and I think, oh my gosh, thank goodness. And then it's easier for me to grab them when I sit down to do the gratitude and go, oh, okay, what happened today? Oh, okay, my cat hurt herself the other day when she was trying to jump up on my desk, and she twisted the wrong way. And then she ran because she scared herself because she knocked crystals down, and she ran up the stairs like a lunatic, and she was limping after that. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was sending her Reiki and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm so grateful my cat, is doing better today. Or I'm so grateful that she's, that she's even doing better than she was doing before. And then the cat outside, we take care of barn cats that we sort of inherited when we moved here, and he had a scratch on his head, our barn cat Rusty, and then hair fell out. And I'm grateful that I was able to go on Amazon and find this awesome cream that we could put on it, and I'm grateful that he allowed my husband to put cream on it. And just little things like that, like what's going right. We're always looking at what's going wrong, and we're always expecting something else to go wrong. If you can just retrain your brain to look at what's going right, pay attention to what's going right, you start to expect it more. And you start to not allow your vibration to dip down. And that's why it's important to do it throughout the day, you guys. And again, I had that gratitude practice at night. And I have the gratitude practice with my husband. But what a difference it makes when I can stop throughout the day and go, oh my gosh, wait a minute, look at all the things. Oh, I can list more than 3 things that I'm grateful for right now. Oh my gosh, I can look around the room, or I can just close my eyes and go into my closet or go into my refrigerator and be grateful for all the food or whatever it might be. And it shifts you. It shifts you. It shifts you. If you are stuck right now, I have that Get Unstuck toolkit. If you go to getunstucktoolkit.com, one of the things that you get in that is gratitude exercises specifically for the areas that you are stuck. You can do this. Gratitude was an overall gratitude thing, but if you're stuck in a specific area of your life, if you're stuck in career, if you are stuck in money, if you are stuck in a relationship, take that gratitude practice that you're doing and focus it in that area, because you want to bring a higher vibration to that area. You want to shift your thoughts in that area, because if you're stuck, my guess is you're focused on being stuck. You're focused on not being unhappy. But if you can shift that energy and start looking at, okay, what could be going right, or what is going right? Okay, I'm having money issues, but I can go and look in my refrigerator and be grateful for the fact that I've had all the money to buy all of this food. I can go into my closet and be grateful for all of the different pairs of shoes that I was able to afford. And I can feel abundant from that. Very different energy than I don't have enough money, money's not coming in, what am I going to do? Oh my gosh, I'm scared about money. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here today to just share a little bit about adding that in throughout the day. I remember why I have done it in the past, because it really boosts you throughout the day. It's not just that initial boost in the morning or that initial boost in the evening. And oftentimes I'll tell people, if you're stuck in a certain area, take that gratitude practice and do it throughout the day, because you want to make sure that you're sending positive vibrations toward whatever that area is that you're stuck in. I don't know why my computer just locked itself. There we go. So anyway, that is what I wanted to share, is that if you don't have a practice, I'm telling you, it becomes so much easier, and it literally changes the way you look at everything the more that you do it. And it will surprise you how, like, oh my gosh, I can think of way more. Like, I'll tell people, just think of 3 things. And then after doing it for a while, they're like, oh my gosh, I can think of way more than 3 things. Because you've retrained your brain to look for it. You've realigned your point of attraction. You are in a different space. Your vibration is in a different space. So that's what I decided to do. And I just noticed, like, man, this feels so good to do this during the day, to stop whatever chaos or insanity might be going on, or whatever project I'm working on, or whatever it is that, came at me that day, or the phone call that I got, or anything like that. And so it just makes a big difference. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just share that little update with you guys. This is a shorter one because I actually have another appointment. Our summit interview that is usually at 1 o'clock today, it wound up getting rescheduled. So here's the good news. If you are following the summit, or if you're not following the summit, you can still sign up. It's a free online event. I interview all these experts on mind, body, and spirit topics, healing, intuition, all of that. And so because our summit interview got canceled today, the good news is, that's bad news, right? But it's going to be rescheduled. The good news is that I have decided to open up all of the replays from the entire month of February. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I go live and do interviews on mind, body, healing, on intuition, on manifestation. And so I am opening up everything from the month of February. So that's a bunch, including my class, by the way. I taught a class this month on 4 secrets to get unstuck in any area of your life. A full class. That replay is open. So if you sign up, if you're not already signed up, sign up at elevatedexistencesummit.com. The link is here. It's also, I believe it's in my bio on Instagram. And so, but just go to elevatedexistencesummit.com and you can listen to anything that you've missed, sort of binge listen all weekend like a podcast. They're all audios. And you'll also get access to different free gifts that every speaker is offering, and different special offers that they're also offering. So check that out. I opened it up early. Normally I don't open up these mini weekends that I do for every now and then until Friday, but because we had a reschedule that we had to do today, I decided last night, you know what, as a sort of gift, I'm just going to open them all up. I always hear from people like, oh, I missed this interview, or I missed this interview. Can you open it up again? And so everybody from February, and we've had a lot of mind body healing this month, as well as that class that I taught. So sign up for free, elevatedexistence.com, and I'm sorry, elevatedexistencesummit.com, and you can listen to all of those replays. All right, thank you all for being here, and I will see you next time. Until then, have an amazing and beautiful weekend. Bye, everyone.